When God speaks, he does not always use words. His voice can be a whisper in the wind, a stirring in the heart, or even a sign in the physical world. Many are searching for answers, longing to know if the divine is guiding them, yet they overlook the very signs placed before them. To those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, the message of God is ever. There are moments when an unexplained warmth floods the body, as though an unseen presence has wrapped you in its embrace. It is not the heat of the sun, nor the warmth of a fire, but a divine energy that brings peace, comfort, and assurance. This is a physical manifestation of his presence, reminding you that you are not alone, that he walks beside you even when the world feels heavy. Then there are the times when a sudden chill runs down your spine, a shiver that comes from nowhere. It is not fear, nor the coldness of the air, but a deep awareness that something beyond the natural is unfolding. It is as if God himself has brushed past you, awakening your spirit to a truth you have yet to fully comprehend. This is a moment of divine connection, a signal that you are being called to pay attention to something greater than yourself. A sudden, unexplainable tingling sensation in your hands or feet is another sign. It comes when you are lost in deep thought, when you are praying, or when you are standing at the edge of a decision. It is as though energy is flowing through you, charging you with divine wisdom, urging you to take the next step. This is not a coincidence. It is the touch of the Creator, awakening something dormant within you, stirring the spirit that is eternally connected to him. There are times when an overwhelming stillness overtakes you. The noise of the world fades, the distractions disappear, and you feel an unshakable peace descend upon you. In this silence, God is speaking. It is a sacred moment, a space where time seems to pause, where all that matters is the presence of the Almighty. This stillness is his way of aligning you with his will, of drawing you closer to the realization that you are already in possession of all that you seek. As you realize, the body reacts when divine truth is near. A racing heart, a sudden surge of energy, a pull in the chest. These are not mere physical reactions. They are the soul recognizing the voice of its Creator. It happens when you hear a message that was meant for you, when a revelation strikes deep within, when something long buried in your subconscious suddenly rises to the surface. The heart knows, the body responds, and the spirit remembers. And then there is the moment when tears fall without reason. Not tears of sorrow, but tears of recognition, of release, of divine understanding. They come when you least expect them, when a simple thought enters your mind, when a song plays, when you feel the weight of something unseen. These tears are the soul's way of acknowledging truth, of responding to the presence of the divine. It is as if God himself has touched your heart, reminding you that he is near, that he sees you, and that his love for you is beyond measure. The physical world is not separate from the spiritual. The body is not merely flesh. It is a vessel through which the divine speaks. When you learn to recognize these signs, you will realize that God has been speaking to you all along. The body is a vessel, a sacred instrument through which the divine communicates. The unseen, the infinite, the eternal, these realities press upon you, whispering their truths through sensations, through feelings, through an inner knowing that cannot be explained but only experienced. When God speaks, he does not require human language. His voice is written in the very fabric of existence, in the air that moves around you, in the subtle and undeniable signs that manifest within your body. There are times when you awaken in the middle of the night with no explanation. Your heart is still, your body at rest, but something has stirred you from sleep. It is as if an unseen force has called your name, not in words, but in a presence that demands awareness. You look at the clock, and the numbers hold significance, a pattern, a repetition, a reminder that time itself is a message, that the waking of your body is not random, but divinely orchestrated. You sense that there is something you must know, something you must listen for. These moments are sacred. They are an invitation to align yourself with the divine rhythm, to be still and hear what has been placed within you. Sometimes an unexplainable sensation rests upon your shoulders, as though a hand has been placed there. It does not come with fear, but with reassurance, as if an unseen presence is reminding you that you are guided, that you are being led. You may find yourself pausing in the middle of your day, a sudden awareness washing over you that you are not walking this path alone. It is the touch of the divine, a reminder that even when you feel uncertain, even when the road ahead is unclear, you are being carried forward by something greater than yourself. And then there is the moment when your breath catches in your chest, when for no apparent reason you feel as though the air has become heavier with meaning. You pause, feeling the weight of something unseen, the recognition that you are standing at the edge of something profound. This is not anxiety, nor is it fear. It is revelation pressing upon you, a shift in the unseen realms making itself known in the tangible. It happens when a truth is about to be revealed, when a realization is drawing near. You feel it before you understand it. The body knows before the mind catches up. At times, an undeniable pull draws you to a certain place, a certain person, a certain moment. You cannot explain why, but something within you urges you to move, to follow an invisible thread leading you somewhere beyond logic. You hesitate, yet the feeling persists. This is divine direction, the unseen hand of God moving you into position, guiding your steps in ways you cannot yet comprehend. If you listen, if you trust, you will find yourself exactly where you were meant to be. But if you resist, if you ignore the gentle nudging of the Spirit, you will feel the tension, the internal struggle, the unmistakable unrest that comes when you step away from divine alignment. The body is never separate from the spirit. It reacts to truth, it resonates with the voice of the divine even when the conscious mind does not understand. A sudden wave of exhaustion that overtakes you at the exact moment you are about to take the wrong step, a heaviness that warns you when something is not right. This is not just fatigue. It is divine protection. The spirit within you knows what the eyes cannot yet see. It speaks through sensation, through the weight of an invisible force urging you to stop, to reconsider, to turn away from a path that is not meant for you. And just as heaviness warns, lightness affirms. There are moments when an overwhelming peace washes over you, when you feel lighter than air, as though an unseen burden has been lifted. This is divine confirmation. It comes when you have made the right choice, when you have surrendered to the flow of what was always meant to be. The body relaxes, the heart opens, the mind quiets. This is the physical manifestation of walking in divine alignment. It is the feeling of knowing deep within your being that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Your senses are heightened when the divine is near. Sounds become clearer, colors more vibrant, time seems to slow down. You are no longer lost in the distractions of the world, but fully present, fully aware. You begin to notice things you would have overlooked before. A whisper in the wind that carries meaning, a bird that lands before you at the exact moment you need reassurance. The way the sun breaks through the clouds after a storm. These are not coincidences. These are physical echoes of a spiritual truth. The world itself is speaking, revealing to you what has been hidden in plain sight all along. There are moments when a sensation of warmth fills your chest, a fire that is not of this world. It does not burn, nor does it fade. It is the presence of God moving within you, stirring your spirit, awakening something that has long been dormant. You feel it when you pray, when you meditate, when you surrender. It is the body's recognition of divine truth, the merging of the seen and the unseen. In that moment, you know, without doubt, without question, that you are connected to something greater. And then there is the moment of release. Tears fall, not from sadness, but from a depth of understanding that words cannot reach. It is as though something within you has broken open, as though years of burdens have been lifted in a single breath. You may not have planned for it, you may not even understand it, but the body knows. It recognizes the presence of God, it responds to the nearness of the divine. The tears are not yours alone. They are the outpouring of something greater, the expression of a truth that cannot be spoken but only felt. The physical world and the spiritual are not separate, they are intertwined, reflections of one another. Your body is not just flesh and bone, it is a temple, a vessel, a sacred instrument through which the divine moves. The signs are always there, waiting for you to notice. God is not distant, nor is he silent. He is speaking, revealing, guiding through the whispers of your heart, the sensations in your body, the stillness in your soul. When you learn to listen, when you allow yourself to feel, you will realize that the presence of the divine has never been absent. It has always been within you. The body is not separate from the divine. It is the instrument through which the unseen makes itself known. Every sensation, every shift in energy, every unexplained feeling is an invitation to awaken, to listen, to perceive beyond the limitations of the physical world. To the one who is attuned, the body becomes a sacred receiver of divine messages, responding instinctively to the presence of God. There are moments when you feel a sudden change in temperature, a warmth spreading through your body, or a coolness washing over you as though the very air around you has shifted. It comes unbidden, without explanation, and yet it brings with it a deep awareness that something greater is at work. This is not the ordinary response of the body to its environment. It is a direct experience of the spiritual realm pressing upon you, revealing itself through the senses. It may come as a moment of stillness, a pause in time, where you feel cradled in an invisible embrace, knowing without words that you are being held in divine presence. The body speaks in ways the mind cannot always comprehend, a sudden surge of energy, as if something unseen has moved through you, leaving you charged with an intensity that is both exhilarating and calming. You may feel this as a tingling sensation, a vibration that courses through your hands, your feet, your very core, a sign that the spirit is awakening something within you. It is in these moments that clarity comes, not through thought, but through deep knowing. The body, acting as a conduit, responds before the mind catches up, revealing truths that have long been whispered in the depths of your soul. There are times when a weight settles over you, not as a burden, but as a presence, so thick it is almost tangible. It can feel like the air around you has become dense, as though you have stepped into a sacred space where the veil between worlds has thinned. It may happen in prayer, in solitude, in moments when your spirit is open and receptive. The body instinctively recognizes this as holy ground, as an encounter with the unseen, urging you to pause, to listen, to be still, in the presence of something far greater than yourself. And then there are the moments when you feel an unshakable knowing, a conviction that settles into your very bones. You may not understand why, but you are certain of what you must do, where you must go, what path lies ahead. This is divine instruction being impressed upon you, not through logic or reason, but through the deep intelligence of the spirit that speaks through the body. It is why the heart races before a pivotal moment, why the stomach tightens when something is not right, why a deep peace blankets you when you have made the right decision. The body, when surrendered to divine will, becomes an instrument of revelation, confirming what the spirit already knows. A sudden pull toward solitude, an overwhelming need to step away from the noise of the world, this too is a sign. It is the spirit drawing you inward, calling you into communion, preparing you for something yet unseen. You may resist it at first, feeling as though you should be moving, doing, engaging, but the pull persists. The body grows restless in the presence of distraction, yearning instead for silence, for stillness, for the quiet where divine wisdom can be heard. When you heed this call, when you allow yourself to withdraw, you will find that revelation comes effortlessly, not in the chaos of thought, but in the clarity of surrender. And then there are the tears. They come unexpectedly, without warning, without explanation. They may rise during prayer, in the presence of music, in the midst of a simple moment that should not by all logic evoke such emotion. But the body knows. It recognizes truth before the mind can articulate it. These are not tears of sadness, but of release, of recognition, of an inner alignment so profound that the physical form can do nothing but weep in response. So they come when the Spirit moves through you, washing away doubt, fear, resistance, leaving only the raw, unfiltered presence of God. There are moments when the body feels weightless, as if the burdens you have carried for so long have simply vanished. It is a lightness that is not merely emotional, but physical, a tangible lifting of something unseen. This happens when you surrender, when you stop resisting the flow of divine will, when you cease striving and allow yourself to be carried. It is in these moments that you realize how much you were never meant to carry, how much was never yours to hold. The release is total, undeniable, and in its wake comes a freedom so complete that the body itself rejoices, unshackled, unburdened, reborn. And then, without warning, the signs intensify. Time bends in unusual ways. You look at the clock, and the numbers align in a pattern too perfect to be mere coincidence. A name appears repeatedly. A phrase echoes in different places. A vision enters your mind with startling clarity. The body reacts to these synchronicities with an unmistakable surge of recognition, a deep sense that these moments are more than random events. They are messages, confirmations, divine signals sent through the fabric of reality itself, waiting for you to notice. Even the simplest of sensations, the hairs on your arms standing on end, a sudden shiver with no coldness, a gentle pressure upon your forehead, these are the whispers of the unseen, the gentle nudges of divine presence making itself known. They happen when you are in deep thought, when a revelation is near, when truth is about to break through. You may brush them off at first, but the body does not lie. It responds with precision, with certainty, revealing what the conscious mind often ignores. You will begin to notice patterns, rhythms in the way these signs unfold. The more you pay attention, the more undeniable they become. A sudden stillness in a crowded room, a sensation of being watched when no one is there, a pressure in your chest at the moment you are about to speak words that are not yours to say. The body acts as a compass, aligning itself with divine truth, responding to the presence of the sacred even when the eyes cannot see. And then the dreams come, vivid, intense, filled with meaning that lingers long after waking. The body reacts even in sleep, heart pounding at the moment of revelation, breath slowing in the presence of peace, limbs feeling heavy upon waking as though they have traveled beyond the confines of the physical world. The body does not distinguish between the waking and the dream. It knows when the Spirit has spoken, when divine instruction has been given. The dreams are not just visions. They are messages, blueprints, previews of what is unfolding in the unseen. All of this, the sensations, the whispers, the unexplainable pulls and shifts, is not random. It is divine communication taking form within you, reminding you that you are never separate from God. The body is not a cage. It is the sacred vessel through which the Spirit moves, speaks, reveals. Every shiver, every tear, every moment of peace or urgency is a message waiting to be received. To those who are willing to listen, to feel, to trust what is being revealed, the physical world will never again seem ordinary. The body will no longer be seen as a limitation, but as a divine instrument, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. And in that realization, the presence of God will become undeniable, not distant, not hidden, but alive, moving, speaking, waiting for you to recognize that He has been there all along. The breath itself is a messenger. There are moments when it suddenly deepens, as if your body is responding to something greater than what your mind perceives. You inhale with a richness, a fullness, and in that instant you feel something shifting inside of you. The Spirit moves through breath, guiding, comforting, awakening. And just as breath can deepen, it can also still. There are times when everything around you pauses, and for a brief moment, it is as if time no longer exists. You take in air, but the movement is almost imperceptible, like the world has stopped, waiting for you to notice. In that space of silence, something divine is speaking. The message is not always in words, but in the stillness itself, a reminder that you are not alone, that something greater is with you, directing you, calling you to listen. The body knows before the mind does. It feels a pull, a nudge, an unspoken urgency. There are times when you find yourself inexplicably drawn to a certain place, a certain person, a certain action that makes no logical sense. But the body moves forward as if guided by an unseen hand. You walk into a room and feel an instant recognition, as if you have been here before, though you know you have not. Your hands tremble slightly, your heart beats with a rhythm that feels purposeful, as if something beyond you is urging you toward a path you cannot yet see. You cannot explain why, but you know, deeply, instinctively, that you are exactly where you are meant to be. There are times when the body feels an overwhelming peace, an unshakable calm that settles over you like a blanket of stillness. The noise of the world fades into the background, and a sacred quiet surrounds you, as if the very air has been touched by something divine. It can happen in the midst of chaos, in moments where peace seems impossible, yet there it is, strong, steady, unwavering. This peace is not man-made. It is not the result of external circumstances aligning in your favor. It is something far greater, something supernatural. The body recognizes it immediately, surrendering to it, allowing it to seep into every cell, every fiber of your being. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding, the confirmation that God is near, whispering, guiding, embracing you with a presence that cannot be denied. And then there are the moments when the body feels something shift within. You awaken one morning and something is different. You cannot name it, you cannot explain it, but you feel it in your bones. The weight you carried yesterday no longer feels as heavy. The worry that consumed you now seems distant, almost irrelevant. It is as if an unseen hand has lifted something from you, taken what was never meant to be yours. This is grace in motion, divine intervention at work, the unseen rearranging the scene. The body responds with lightness, with a newfound ease, because it recognizes what has happened before the mind does. You have been set free. You have been realigned. You have been touched by the hand of God. The voice of the Spirit does not always come as words. Sometimes it comes as sensation. The tingling at the back of your neck when truth is spoken, the way your skin responds when something resonates deep within you. You feel it before you understand it. A conversation, a song, a passage of scripture, a single phrase that enters your mind without warning, and suddenly the body reacts. The heart rate shifts, the breath catches, the hairs rise, as if the Spirit itself is marking this moment as significant. The body knows, the body confirms, the body responds to the presence of truth before the mind can comprehend the weight of what is being revealed. And sometimes the body does not move at all. It becomes heavy, unable to take another step in the wrong direction. There is a resistance, an unseen force holding you back, making it impossible to proceed. You try to push forward, but something within you refuses. The weight is undeniable, pressing, unmoving. This is not fear nor hesitation. It is divine intervention. It is God stopping you before you walk through the wrong door, before you enter a space not meant for you. The body understands even when the mind resists. It signals through exhaustion, through unease, through a complete inability to move forward in a direction that is not aligned with your divine path. If you listen, if you trust, you will see that what feels like limitation is, in truth, protection. There are times when the body aches without explanation, a pressure in the chest, a stirring in the stomach, a sensation that will not fade. It is not illness, it is an awakening. The Spirit is calling for something within you to be released, something buried, something hidden. The body carries what the soul is not yet ready to face. And when the time comes for healing, it speaks through sensation. The heart aches not just for itself, but for others, for the world, for something far beyond personal experience. This is the stirring of divine purpose, the preparation for something greater. The discomfort is not punishment, it is transformation. When the pain subsides, when the release has occurred, there is a newness, a freshness, a clarity that was not there before. You have been made new. You have been prepared for what is to come. And then there are the signs that seem almost too obvious to ignore. A word that appears everywhere you go. A song that plays at the exact moment you need to hear it. A stranger who speaks the very thing you were just thinking about. The body reacts before the mind registers the significance. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens, your eyes widen in recognition. This is divine alignment. This is God speaking through the fabric of reality itself, using the world around you to communicate in ways you cannot deny. Your body is not separate from your spirit. It is not merely flesh and bone. It is a vessel, a receiver, a conduit for the divine. The more you listen, the more you trust, the clearer the messages become. The signals are always there, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be understood. The body is not deceived by doubt, not confused by logic, not distracted by the noise of the world. It knows. It has always known. It is waiting for you to listen. It is waiting for you to trust. It is waiting for you to recognize that God has been speaking to you all along. There are moments when your body experiences a sudden burst of energy, a wave of strength that seems to come from nowhere. You may have been exhausted, drained, struggling under the weight of your worries, and then in an instant, something shifts. Your body becomes light, your steps firm, your spirit uplifted. This is not a random occurrence. This is divine energy flowing through you. It is as if the burdens you were carrying have been lifted by unseen hands, as if the very air around you has been charged with a force greater than you. The body does not produce this power on its own. It receives it. And when this happens, when you feel an unexpected surge of vitality, know that you are being strengthened for something ahead. The Spirit does not give energy without purpose. It is a sign that you are stepping into something greater, that you are being prepared for the next stage of your journey. Other times, the body experiences the opposite. A heaviness settles over you, an inexplicable weariness that refuses to be shaken off. It is not physical tiredness, not the result of work or lack of rest, but something deeper. Your limbs feel like they are carrying more than just your own weight. Your mind tells you to keep going, but your body resists. This is not a signal to push harder. It is a divine message telling you to be still. There are seasons where movement is not required, where God is working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet perceive. The body responds to this unseen activity by urging you to rest, to pause, to allow divine timing to unfold without interference. When the body demands stillness, listen. It is not a sign of weakness, but of alignment, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful action you can take is to wait. There are nights when you wake up at an exact hour again and again without understanding why. The clock may read 3:33 or 4:44 or some other repeated number that you see during the day as well. This is not mere coincidence. Your spirit is being called to attention. The body responds by waking at precise moments, breaking through sleep, as if answering a silent summons. You may feel restless, unable to go back to sleep right away, as if something is urging you to be still and listen. Pay attention to what thoughts come to you in these moments. The Spirit often speaks in the silence of the night, when the noise of the world has quieted, when your heart is open, when there are no distractions. You are being given insight, revelation, direction. The body wakes because the soul is listening, receiving, aligning with divine wisdom that cannot be ignored. You may find that certain places make you feel deeply at peace, as if you have entered sacred ground. The body recognizes the presence of the divine before the mind does. It responds with stillness, with a sense of safety, with an unexplainable knowing. You step into a space and suddenly your breath slows, your shoulders relax, your thoughts clear. It may be a church, a quiet garden, a place in nature, or even a corner of your home. Wherever it is, your body reacts as if it has returned to something familiar, something holy. These are places where the presence of God is especially strong for you, places where you are meant to listen, to receive, to realign with divine purpose. When the body feels at home in certain spaces, take notice. These are the environments where you will be renewed, strengthened, and reminded of who you truly are. And then there are the moments of divine intervention that happen through sensation alone. You feel a hand on your shoulder when no one is there. A warmth spreads through your chest during prayer, wrapping around you like a blanket. A sudden shiver moves down your spine, though the air is not cold. These are not mere bodily reactions, they are divine encounters. The presence of God is not confined to what can be seen. It moves through touch, through feeling, through the unseen energy that flows through all things. The body is sensitive to these encounters, reacting in ways the mind cannot comprehend. You are being reminded that you are never alone, that the divine is closer than you think, that you are being guided, held, and protected in ways beyond human understanding. Sometimes the body trembles, not out of fear, but out of recognition. You may hear words that pierce through your soul, and suddenly your hands shake, your knees feel weak, your heart beats faster. This is a sign that truth has been spoken. The body reacts because the spirit within you knows when something is divinely ordained. The same thing happens when you receive a vision, a dream, a sudden realization that changes everything. The body cannot contain the power of revelation without responding. It is as if the physical form is adjusting to a new level of spiritual awareness, recalibrating itself to accommodate what has just been revealed. Do not dismiss these moments. They are confirmations that you have received something sacred, something meant to transform you. At times, the body experiences an unshakable urge to move. You may feel compelled to walk to a certain place, to call someone you have not spoken to in years, to take an action that makes no logical sense. And when you follow through, you find that what you were led to do was exactly what was needed. This is divine prompting working through the physical. The spirit does not always speak in words. Sometimes it moves through instinct, through a pull so strong that you cannot ignore it. The body is an instrument of divine will, responding before the mind can rationalize. Trust this. When the urge to act is persistent, when every fiber of your being is telling you to go, to move, to reach out, listen. It is not a random thought. It is a directive from something far greater than you. The body also responds to the energy of others. There are times when you meet someone and without explanation, you feel an overwhelming sense of peace or an unshakable discomfort. The spirit within you is communicating through sensation, warning you or welcoming you. You may feel a lightness, a warmth, a deep knowing that you are in the presence of someone who is meant to be in your life. Or you may feel a tightening in your chest, an unease in your stomach, a sense that something is not right. The body does not lie. It senses what the eyes cannot see, perceives what words do not reveal. When you feel peace, lean into it. When you feel resistance, honor it. The spirit is using your physical form as a guide, steering you away from harm and toward alignment with your divine path. There are moments when tears come without reason, when emotions rise to the surface unexpectedly. You may be sitting in silence, listening to music, hearing someone speak, and suddenly you are overwhelmed. These tears are not simply emotion, they are release. The Spirit is moving through you, clearing what no longer serves you, washing away what has been buried too long. The body holds on to what the soul does not yet know how to let go of. And when the time comes for healing, the release happens through tears, through trembling, through a breaking open that leads to something new. Do not resist this. It is a sacred cleansing, a divine renewal. Let it flow, for on the other side of release is clarity, peace, and transformation. The body is not separate from the divine. It is a vessel through which God speaks, moves, and reveals truth. Every sensation, every shift, every unexplainable moment is a signpost pointing you toward something greater. The more you listen, the more you trust, the clearer the messages become. You do not need to look outside yourself for confirmation. The signs have always been within you. God has been speaking all along. The question is, are you listening? Your breath changes when the divine speaks. You may find yourself sighing deeply for no reason, as if releasing something unseen. At times your breath may slow, becoming deep and rhythmic, aligning with a presence that is beyond the physical. And then there are moments when you find yourself holding your breath, not out of fear, but out of reverence, because something profound has just occurred. The body is responding to an unseen presence, to the energy of divine communication. It is as if the breath itself is being used as a vessel to receive messages beyond words. You are being attuned to something higher, something sacred. These are the moments to pause, to acknowledge that the presence of God is near, that something is shifting within you. There are times when your ears begin to ring unexpectedly, a high-pitched frequency that appears and disappears without explanation. It is not simply a physical sensation, it is a spiritual call. The ringing in your ears is often a signal that you are receiving divine information, that your awareness is expanding, that you are tuning in to a higher frequency. It is as if something beyond the physical world is attempting to reach you, and your body is responding before your mind can comprehend it. Do not dismiss these moments. They are invitations to listen, to become still, to receive guidance that is not heard with human ears, but felt deep within the soul. The sensation of warmth is another undeniable sign. You may feel a sudden heat in your hands, as if energy is flowing through them. Your heart may feel as though it is radiating warmth, expanding beyond the limits of your body. This is divine presence manifesting within you. It is the power of love, healing, and spiritual awakening making itself known in a way you cannot deny. Some experience this warmth in prayer, others in moments of deep gratitude, and still others when they are about to step into something they were divinely called to do. The warmth is a confirmation, a reassurance that you are aligned with a purpose greater than yourself. It is the physical sign that what you are feeling is not imagined, it is real, and it is sacred. Enjoy it. Then there are moments when time itself seems to slow. You may be in the middle of an ordinary task when suddenly everything around you feels suspended. The sound of the world quiets and you become intensely aware of the present moment. It is as if you have stepped outside of time into a space where only the divine exists. This is not an illusion. It is a moment of divine connection, a pause in the noise of life so that you can receive something vital. Pay attention to what thoughts arise in these moments, to the feelings that emerge. When time slows, the Spirit is near, making space for revelation, for guidance, for an undeniable sense of peace. Sometimes your body will react before your mind understands why. You may walk into a place and immediately feel a shift in energy. Goosebumps may rise on your skin even though the air is warm. A wave of peace may wash over you, signaling that you are in the right place at the right time. Conversely, a sudden tension may appear in your chest, a heaviness pressing against you, warning you that something is not right. The body perceives before the intellect processes. It knows when you are standing in the presence of something holy, and it knows when you are near something that does not serve your highest good. Learn to trust these signals. The Spirit does not require words to speak. It communicates through feeling, through the undeniable language of sensation. There are times when tears come without warning. You may be listening to a song, reading something seemingly simple, or even sitting in silence when emotion rises to the surface. These are not ordinary tears. They are a response to divine presence, to truth that is being revealed to you in ways beyond understanding. They come as a release, as a cleansing, as a sign that something deep within you is shifting. Do not suppress them, let them flow, for they are washing away what no longer serves you, making room for something new. The Spirit moves through these moments, breaking down barriers, healing wounds you did not even realize were there. The sensation of being watched is another sign that should not be ignored, not in a way that brings fear, but in a way that reminds you that you are never alone. You may feel the presence of something unseen, a warmth surrounding you, an awareness that someone is near. This is divine protection, a reassurance that the Spirit walks with you. Many dismiss these moments as imagination, but they are far more than that. They are reminders that the divine is not distant. It is present, watching over you, guiding you, surrounding you in ways you may not always perceive. You may also find yourself drawn to certain scriptures, certain words, certain phrases that seem to leap out at you unexpectedly. It is as if something beyond yourself is directing your attention, highlighting messages meant specifically for you. Your hands may be guided to open a book to the exact page you need to read. A verse may appear again and again in different places, as if urging you to pay attention. This is not coincidence. This is how the divine speaks, through repetition, through subtle but persistent reminders, through messages that refuse to be ignored. When something keeps appearing in your life, when a certain message keeps calling out to you, do not dismiss it. It is an answer, a direction, a key that unlocks something vital within you. There are times when your physical body will feel lighter, as if you are no longer bound by the weight of the world. You may feel as though you are floating, as though something is lifted from your shoulders without you even realizing it. This is divine release. It happens when burdens are being taken from you, when the Spirit is lifting what you were never meant to carry alone. These moments often come after prayer, after surrender, after letting go of what you once tried to control. When you feel this lightness, know that something has shifted, that the weight you once carried is no longer yours to bear. Sometimes the body experiences sudden, uncontrollable laughter. A joy wells up within you, spilling out in ways you cannot contain. It happens even in the midst of struggle, even when circumstances say you should not feel this way. This is divine joy, a gift given to remind you that your spirit is not bound by the conditions of the world. It is the sign that the Spirit within you is alive, thriving, unshaken. When this laughter comes, embrace it. It is healing. It is freeing. It is evidence that the divine presence is working within you. The body is not separate from the divine. It is a vessel through which divine messages are received. Every sensation, every reaction, every unexplainable moment is a sign pointing you toward something greater. These signs are not coincidences. They are answers, confirmations, reminders that you are being guided every step of the way. The more you listen, the clearer the messages become. You do not have to look outside of yourself for proof. The signs have always been there, speaking through the language of your own body. The question is, are you paying attention? The divine has never been silent. It has always been speaking, always guiding, always revealing itself in ways beyond human comprehension. The body is not just flesh and bone. It is an instrument, a receiver of divine wisdom. Every breath, every sensation, every unexplainable moment is a whisper from the unseen, reminding you that you are never alone. These physical signs are not random occurrences. They are sacred invitations to deepen your awareness, to trust what you feel, to embrace the truth that the Spirit is always near. When you learn to recognize these signs, when you stop dismissing them as mere coincidences, you will step into a new level of connection with the divine. You will begin to trust the guidance that has always been present. You will no longer second-guess the feeling that something greater is unfolding in your life. The language of the Spirit is subtle, yet undeniable. It does not need words. It speaks through the rhythm of your heartbeat, the warmth of your hands, the sudden tear that falls without warning. The question is not whether God is speaking. The question is whether you are willing to listen. The signs are already within you, waiting to be acknowledged. Pay attention, trust what you feel, and know that you are being guided, loved, and watched over. Always. There is a divine intelligence guiding you, moving through your life with purpose. You may look at your circumstances and feel abandoned, but I tell you, God has never left you. Every step you have taken, every trial you have endured, has been orchestrated to bring you to this moment. You are not alone. You are never alone. The very breath within you is proof of the divine presence that walks with you. Think back to the moments when you thought you wouldn't make it, the nights of doubt, the days of despair, the times when fear whispered that you were forgotten. And yet, here you are. Something carried you through, something greater than what your eyes could see. That is the power of God within you. That is the assurance that He did not bring you this far to leave you. Your journey is unfolding according to a higher vision. Do not be deceived by what appears to be delay or struggle. What you see is only a fraction of what is truly happening. The unseen forces of faith are shaping your reality, aligning everything for your highest good. Hold on to this truth. God's plan is not to abandon you, but to elevate you. Every challenge is not a punishment, it is a preparation. Every door that closed, every detour, every moment of waiting was designed to build you, not break you. You must see beyond what is in front of you. If you only trust what your senses tell you, you will live in fear. But if you awaken to the divine law that governs all things, you will stand in confidence, knowing that nothing in your life is by accident. You were created with intention. Your existence is not a mistake. The path you walk is not random. It has been laid out before you, and every obstacle is simply an invitation to believe in what you cannot yet see. Speak life into your situation. The words you declare shape the world around you. Do not say, I am lost, for God has already set your course. Do not say, I am forgotten, for He has engraved you on the palm of His hand. Do not say, I am defeated, for the same power that raised the dead dwells within you. Lift your vision beyond your current reality. See yourself as God sees you, victorious, whole, and deeply loved. Faith is not merely hoping for a better tomorrow. It is knowing that tomorrow has already been written in your favor. The moment you align with this truth, everything begins to shift. You will see doors open where before there were only walls. You will witness miracles not as rare occurrences, but as the natural unfolding of your belief. What you hold in consciousness becomes your experience. What you accept as true in your heart will manifest before your eyes. So do not waver. Do not entertain thoughts of doubt or fear. Do not look at your past and say, I have come this far, but I don't know if I can go further. God would not have carried you this far only to abandon you. His work in you is not finished. There is still more for you to see, more for you to experience, more for you to become. You are standing on the edge of something extraordinary. Believe it. Walk in it. And know that you are never alone. There is a great misconception that struggles signify abandonment, that hardship is proof of being forsaken. But the truth is, those who walk closest with God often face the greatest trials. The fire does not come to destroy you. It comes to refine you. Every experience in your life is shaping you, molding you into the divine image you were always meant to express. There are no accidents. Every loss, every rejection, every moment that felt like an ending was actually a beginning. You are being called to trust beyond what your physical senses can confirm. The outer world will always attempt to convince you that you are alone, that you are fighting a battle that cannot be won. But within you is the very presence of God, the infinite power that speaks worlds into existence. What is too difficult for Him? What circumstance could arise that He has not already made a way through? It is only your belief in limitation that makes it appear real. Fear has no place in the heart of one who knows their divine connection. Worry is an illusion, a trick of the mind that keeps you bound to the past. The moment you release your fear, the moment you surrender the need to control, you will see that you were never in this alone. Every step, every breath has been guided. Even when you thought you were lost, even when you questioned whether you had made the right decisions, God was working through you, setting the stage for something greater. You must learn to see with the eyes of faith, to hold the unseen as reality, to believe that what is promised will surely come to pass. The world will tell you to rely on what is visible, to trust only in what is tangible. But what is seen is temporary. It is the unseen that is eternal. The circumstances you face today are not permanent. The struggles that seem insurmountable are merely passing shadows. Do not give them power by allowing them to dictate your belief. Instead, stand firm in the knowledge that God's word never fails. If He has led you this far, if He has carried you through the darkest nights, He will not leave you now. Look back on your life and see the evidence of His presence. Recall the moments you thought you wouldn't survive, the times when you felt abandoned, yet somehow you emerged stronger. That was not coincidence. That was not luck. That was divine guidance. That was the hand of God ensuring that you would not fall. And if He was with you then, He is with you now. Faith is not passive. It is not simply hoping for things to improve while dwelling in doubt. Faith is active, creative, and powerful. It requires that you speak life even when all you see is difficulty. It requires that you hold fast to your vision even when the world tells you it is impossible. The truth is, nothing is impossible for one who understands their divine nature. You were created in the image of the Creator, which means the same power that formed the heavens dwells within you. When you align with this truth, you will see mountains move, doors open, and miracles unfold in ways you never imagined. You must not allow temporary trials to shake your foundation. If you have been called to walk this path, you must walk it with unwavering certainty, even when the road is unclear, even when delays make it seem as though nothing is happening. Trust that everything is working in divine order. What you desire is already yours. What you seek is already on its way. It is not a matter of if, it is only a matter of when. Your thoughts, your emotions, your inner state, they all create the reality you experience. If you dwell in fear, you will see reasons to be afraid. If you dwell in faith, you will witness the manifestation of divine promises. The key is to remain steadfast, to refuse to accept anything less than the best God has for you. The moment you shift your inner world, your outer world must follow. It is a divine law that cannot fail. Nothing is wasted, not a single moment of pain, not a single delay, not a single challenge is without purpose. Every experience, whether joyful or difficult, is guiding you closer to the realization of who you truly are. You are not weak, you are not lost, you are not forgotten. You are the manifestation of divine love, walking this earth with a purpose far greater than you can yet see. Do not shrink back in fear. Do not allow doubt to whisper that you are unworthy. Do not let the voices of the world tell you that you are incapable. The only voice that matters is the one within, the still, small voice that reminds you, you are chosen, you are guided, you are supported, and above all, you are never alone. Even now, in this very moment, something is shifting. A breakthrough is unfolding, a path is being made clear, a blessing is being prepared. But you must believe it. You must accept it in your heart before it can appear in your world. Hold on to this truth. If God has led you this far, He will not leave you. If He has placed a vision within you, He will bring it to completion. Do not waver. Do not doubt. Walk boldly, knowing that you are walking in the fulfillment of His divine plan. There is a divine order at work in your life, a pattern so perfect that every step, even those that seemed like detours, was part of the greater plan. You have never been without guidance. You have never been abandoned. The presence of God moves through you, shaping your path, calling you higher, urging you to remember who you truly are. You are not here by chance. Nothing in your life has happened by accident. The delays, the struggles, the moments of doubt, all of it has been part of your refinement, preparing you for what is already yours. The world will try to convince you that you are alone, that you have to fight for every blessing, that what you seek is far from you. But this is the great illusion. Nothing is separate from you. The love, the abundance, the peace, and the fulfillment you long for, it is already within you, waiting to be recognized. You do not need to beg God to move in your life. He has already moved. He has already spoken. He has already placed within you everything you need to walk in the fullness of His promises. Your task is not to strive, but to align. When you look at your circumstances, do not see them as obstacles. See them as the unfolding of something greater. What seems like a closed door is often a redirection. What appears as loss is often a clearing away of what no longer serves you. There is no moment in your life that is wasted, no experience that does not carry meaning. Even in what you perceive as setbacks, God is present, working, moving, aligning things in ways you cannot yet comprehend. You must rise above the limitations of the physical world and understand that what is seen is not all there is. The visible world is only a reflection of what has already been set in motion in the unseen. If you want to change your experience, you must begin within. Do not look at what is lacking. Do not focus on what has not yet appeared. Instead, fix your eyes on the truth, that you are already provided for, already loved, already victorious. The more you dwell in this knowing, the more your reality will shift to match it. God does not bring you to the edge of possibility only to leave you there. If you feel as though you are standing in the in-between, in the space where what you desire has not yet materialized, do not be discouraged. This is where faith is required. This is where you must stand firm, unmoved by appearances, unwavering in your trust that what has been promised will surely come to pass. There is no force in heaven or earth that can stop what God has ordained for you. The only thing that can delay it is your own doubt. You were not meant to live in fear. You were not created to struggle, to question your worth, to wonder if you are good enough. You have always been enough. You were formed in divine perfection, and nothing can alter that truth. The world may have tried to convince you otherwise. Circumstances may have made you feel small, unworthy, or forgotten. But that is not your reality. That is not your truth. You are here because you are meant to be here. You are walking this path because there is something within you that is meant to be expressed, something only you can bring into this world. Do not shrink back when the road gets difficult. Do not allow temporary challenges to make you question what you know in your heart to be true. If you have made it this far, it is because you are meant to go further. If you have endured trials, it is because you are being strengthened for something greater. Do not mistake preparation for punishment. What seems like a delay is often divine positioning. You are being made ready for the blessings that are already yours. Speak as if your victory is already here. Walk as if your prayers have already been answered. Live as if everything you desire is already unfolding before you, because it is. The moment you shift your belief, the moment you decide that you are already standing in the manifestation of what you seek, the world must rearrange itself to match that conviction. This is the law of faith. This is the power of knowing who you are. God's promises do not return void. His word does not fail. If He has placed a vision in your heart, it is because it is meant to be fulfilled. If He has given you a dream, it is because it is already yours in the unseen. You must not allow the noise of the world to drown out the quiet certainty that exists within you. You must hold fast to your vision, to your faith, to the knowing that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. Everything in your life is unfolding exactly as it should. Even when it feels uncertain, even when it seems as though nothing is happening, trust that everything is happening beneath the surface. Seeds do not sprout the moment they are planted. There is a season of waiting, a season of unseen growth. But just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not real. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. There is a power within you that cannot be shaken, a divine presence that cannot be diminished. It does not matter what the world says. It does not matter what circumstances appear to suggest. The truth remains unchanged. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He has never left you. He has never stopped working in your favor. You are walking in His plan, covered by His grace, sustained by His love. Rest in that knowing. Stand in that confidence. Move forward with unwavering faith, because everything you seek is already seeking you. The moment you understand that you are one with the power that created the universe, all fear disappears. The weight of doubt, the chains of uncertainty, the burdens you have carried for so long, they begin to fall away. You are not separate from God. You are not distant from His presence. His life moves through you. His breath fills your lungs. His wisdom flows in your mind. There is nothing that can separate you from Him, nothing that can remove you from His divine embrace. You have been conditioned to believe in struggle, to believe in lack, to believe that you must earn your blessings. But God's love does not need to be earned. His grace does not have conditions. It is already yours. The moment you let go of the belief that you must fight for what is already given, you will feel a shift in your spirit. You will realize that what you have been seeking has been within you all along. The kingdom of God is not outside of you, it is within you. The doors have never been locked. You have always had the key. Do not allow your mind to be consumed by what is missing. Do not dwell on what has not yet appeared. The mind that focuses on lack creates more lack. The heart that dwells in fear invites more fear. But the one who abides in faith, the one who stands firm in the truth that all things are already his, will see the evidence unfold before him. This is the secret that the world does not teach you. What you seek is not something to chase, it is something to accept. You are not here to struggle for your blessings, you are here to receive them. When you wake up in the morning, do not ask if today will bring what you desire, declare that it already has. Do not wonder if God has heard your prayers, know that He has. He heard you the first time, He heard you before you even spoke. Before you called, He answered. Before you asked, it was given. There is no delay in the spiritual realm. The moment you believe, it is done. The moment you see yourself as already possessing what you desire, the world must conform to your knowing. Faith is not hoping, faith is not wishing, faith is knowing. It is the deep, unshakable conviction that what God has promised is already yours. The world will tell you to look at your circumstances, to be realistic, to only believe in what you can see. But what you see is only a reflection of your past beliefs. If you wish to change your life, you must first change what you accept as true. You must see beyond what is visible and hold to the truth that exists beyond sight. Many people lose their way because they trust in what their eyes show them rather than what their spirit knows. They allow temporary struggles to convince them that they are alone. They allow delays to make them question whether God is still with them. But do you not yet understand? The delay is not denial. The waiting is not abandonment. What you perceive as waiting is simply the unfolding of the divine plan. The plan is long and the foundation must be laid before the house is built. The roots must grow before the tree bears fruit. And so it is with your life. What is meant for you is already prepared, already waiting. You are only being made ready to receive it. There will be moments when you feel tired, when the journey seems too long, when it appears that nothing is changing. But this is the test. This is where faith is required. Will you believe even when there is no evidence? Will you trust even when the world tells you otherwise? Because if you can hold firm in those moments, if you can stand unshaken in your knowing, you will see what few ever see. You will step into the reality that was always meant to be yours. Do not allow fear to have a place in your heart. Fear is only the absence of faith. It is the illusion that you are alone, the deception that you are without power. But fear has no truth in it. You have nothing to fear, for you are not walking this path alone. You are not left to figure things out on your own. God is with you in every step, in every breath, in every moment. He is in the whisper of the wind, in the stillness of your thoughts, in the quiet reassurance that rises from within you when you silence the noise of the world. He has never left you, and He never will. When you look at your life and see obstacles, when you see doors that appear to be closed, do not despair. What looks like a closed door is often divine protection. What seems like rejection is often redirection. You cannot see the full picture from where you stand. You see only a fragment, a single thread in the vast tapestry of your destiny. But God sees it all. He knows what must unfold before you step into what is truly meant for you. If you were to receive your blessings before you were ready, you might not be able to sustain them. If you were to step into the next season before you were prepared, you might not be able to handle it. Trust in divine timing. Trust that every delay is working for your good. Trust that even when things seem to be standing still, they are moving in ways beyond your understanding. Every great promise comes with a process. Every great blessing requires preparation. The seed must be buried in darkness before it can break through the soil and reach the light. The caterpillar must dissolve completely before it can emerge as a butterfly. Transformation is never comfortable, but it is necessary. If you are in a season of struggle, it is not because you have been abandoned. It is because you are being shaped. You are being strengthened. You are being prepared for what is coming. Look at the great figures of faith. Did they not all endure seasons of uncertainty? Did they not all walk through moments where they could not yet see the fulfillment of what was promised? Joseph was betrayed and imprisoned before he became a ruler. Moses wandered the desert before he led his people to the promised land. David faced giants and opposition before he sat on the throne. Their journeys were not easy, but their faith never wavered. They knew that if God had spoken a promise, it was already done, and so it is with you. The power that created the heavens and the earth is within you. You do not have to beg for what is already yours. You do not have to strive for what has already been given. You need only align yourself with the truth that it is done. Walk as if it is already yours. Speak as if you have already received it. Give thanks as if the manifestation is already before you, because the moment you truly believe, it will be. Do not waste another moment questioning whether you are worthy. Do not spend another second doubting whether you are capable. The very fact that you have the vision means that it is meant for you. The very fact that the desire is in your heart means that it is already yours in the unseen. Your only task is to bring yourself into alignment with that truth. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not carry you through your darkest nights just to abandon you now. If He started this work in you, He will complete it. His word does not return void. His promises do not fail. If you are still here, if there is still breath in your lungs, then your journey is not over. There is more for you. There is greater ahead. Hold firm, stand tall, and know that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Your steps are ordered. Your path is guided, and your victory is already written. There is no force in this universe that can take from you what God has already ordained. No delay, no setback, no obstacle can erase what has been written in the heavens for you. You may not see it yet, but it is already moving. The unseen is just as real as the visible, and the moment you believe that, you step into the power that has been within you all along. Too often, people let their circumstances dictate their faith. They look around and say, nothing is happening, and they allow doubt to creep in. But faith is the evidence of things not seen. Faith does not need proof. It does not need confirmation. Faith knows. And when you truly know, when you stand firm in your knowing, everything must shift to reflect that reality. The world around you is nothing more than a mirror of your inner state. If you walk in confidence, if you walk in the certainty that all things are working together for your good, then that is exactly what you will experience. God has placed power within you, power beyond what you can comprehend. You have the ability to create, to call forth, to transform. Every thought you dwell upon, every belief you hold, every word you speak, it all shapes the world around you. You are not merely here to endure life. You are here to shape it. And the moment you align with the truth of who you are, the moment you cast aside the false belief that you are powerless, you will see the evidence of God's promises unfolding before you. But this is where many falter. They want to see the change before they believe in it. They want proof before they take the first step. But that is not how faith works. Faith requires that you move forward even when the path is not visible. Faith requires that you trust even when nothing around you seems to make sense. When Peter stepped out of the boat onto the water, it was not the water that held him up. It was his belief. The moment he doubted, he began to sink. The same principle applies to your life. The moment you doubt, the moment you allow fear to take hold, you begin to sink into despair, into worry, into limitation. But if you hold firm, if you refuse to waver, you will see miracles unfold before you. There is no mistake in your journey. Every experience, every challenge, every moment of waiting has been preparing you for what is ahead. Even the moments that felt like failure were never failures at all. They were lessons, they were stepping stones, they were necessary chapters in the story of your becoming. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been in vain. The pieces are coming together, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. You were not created to live in fear. You were not placed here to struggle. You were not meant to live in doubt, wondering if God is for you or against you. You were designed to walk in power. You were created to live in the fullness of God's love and abundance. The only thing standing between you and the life He has promised is your willingness to believe. Not just when things are easy, not just when everything is going your way, but even in the moments of silence, even in the waiting, even when you see no evidence at all. God has never failed you. Even in the moments when you thought He was silent, He was working. Even in the moments when you felt alone, He was carrying you. And if He has never failed you before, why would He start now? Why would He bring you through every trial, every battle, every storm, only to leave you now? That is not His nature. He is faithful, He is constant, He is unchanging. And what He has promised, He will fulfill. Close your eyes and see it done. Feel the reality of your answered prayers. Walk as if it is already yours. And as you do, watch as everything begins to shift. Not because you forced it, not because you struggled for it, but because you finally believed in what was already true. You are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, you are exactly where you are meant to be. Keep going, keep believing, keep standing firm in your knowing. The best is yet to come. The world around you is a reflection of your inner state. Every thought you entertain, every belief you hold, every emotion you nurture shapes the reality you live in. If you allow doubt to take root, it will manifest as delays and obstacles. If you let fear dictate your choices, you will find yourself trapped in the same cycles of limitation. But when you choose faith, when you choose to trust, even when nothing seems to be happening, you open the doors for miracles to flow into your life. God has placed dreams in your heart for a reason. They were not given to you by accident. The vision you hold inside you, the desires that call to you in the quiet of the night, are glimpses of the life you were meant to live. But for that vision to become reality, you must first believe in it. You must speak it. You must feel it. You must walk as if it is already done. Because the truth is, it is already done. Everything you seek is already yours in the unseen. It is only waiting for you to claim it. Look at the great figures of faith throughout history. They did not see the fulfillment of their promises immediately. They walked through years of uncertainty, through tests and trials, through moments where everything seemed lost. But they never lost sight of the vision. They never let go of the promise. And because they held on, because they believed even when the evidence was against them, the fulfillment eventually came. It is easy to trust when things are going your way. It is easy to believe when the doors are opening, when the blessings are flowing, when everything aligns perfectly. But the true test of faith is in the moments of silence, the moments when nothing seems to be changing, when every sign points to failure, when doubt whispers that maybe you were wrong to believe in the first place. This is where many give up. This is where most turn back. But this is also where the breakthrough is closest. You are not meant to live by what your physical eyes see. You are meant to live by what your inner vision knows. You must learn to close your eyes to the world's distractions and focus on the truth that has been planted within you. When you do this, when you stop reacting to circumstances and start creating from within, everything begins to shift. God does not place a dream in your heart without also giving you the means to fulfill it. He does not call you to something greater without also preparing the way. The fact that you desire it means it is already yours. The only thing left for you to do is step into it with unwavering faith. There will be moments when fear will try to hold you back. Moments when the enemy will whisper that you are not worthy, that you are not capable, that you should settle for less than what you truly desire. But those thoughts are lies. You were created in the image of the divine. You were designed with purpose, with greatness, with power beyond what you can comprehend. When you begin to see yourself as God sees you, you will no longer entertain thoughts of lack or limitation. Nothing that has happened to you has been an accident. Every experience, every challenge, every delay has been part of your preparation. You were being strengthened, you were being refined, you were being made ready for what is coming. Do not mistake the process for punishment. Do not mistake the waiting for abandonment. It is all working together for your good. Your thoughts have power. The words you speak have power. Every time you declare, I am blessed, I am favored, I am walking in divine purpose, you are aligning yourself with the truth of who you are. And as you hold that truth, as you refuse to waver, everything in your reality must shift to match it. The world may tell you that you need to see it before you believe it, but faith tells you that you must believe it before you see it. This is the secret that so many miss. They wait for circumstances to change before they allow themselves to feel peace, to feel joy, to feel gratitude. But the moment you choose to embody those feelings now, before the manifestation appears, is the moment you activate the power within you. The moment you activate the power within you. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He did not carry you through the storms, through the trials, through the nights of uncertainty just to abandon you now. He has been with you in every step, in every moment, in every breath. Even when you could not feel him, even when you doubted, even when you wondered if he was still listening, he was there. And he is still here now. What you seek is seeking you. What you have prayed for is already making its way to you. The doors that appeared closed are about to open. The things that once seemed impossible are about to become reality. Not because you forced them, not because you struggled, but because you believed, because you held on, because you refused to let go of the vision that was placed within you. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep knowing that everything you desire, everything you have prayed for, everything you have been waiting for is already yours. The promise has already been fulfilled in the unseen. Now it is only a matter of time before it appears before your very eyes. Hold on to the truth that God has never left you and never will. The journey may not always be clear. The path may not always be easy. But every step has been guided. Every moment has been preparing you for what is to come. Do not waver in doubt. Do not give in to fear. Stand firm in the knowing that what you seek is already yours. The vision placed in your heart was not an illusion. It is a divine calling waiting to be realized. Keep walking, keep trusting, and soon you will see that everything was aligning for your highest good all along. God did not bring you this far to leave you. He brought you this far to show you that his promises are true, that his timing is perfect, and that your faith was never in vain.